Hello guys, my name is Jacqueline Zabalza and the title of my play is Miss Jule and is played by August Strindberg. The year that the play was first performed is in 1899. This play is about a toxic romance wrapped in class, power, sexuality that exists between Miss Julie, who is a conjuror, and Jan, the valet who works for Julie's father. This romance becomes more toxic when they realize that they do not have many things in common. Jean, as an opportunist, only seeks to rise in social level with the deception of this romance, while Julie only wants to be free of power and submission. The historical and cultural context when this play was performed in is that it was influenced by Darwin theory that was published in 1859. We can see the influence of this story because Strindberg describes his main characters, Julie and Jean, as evolutionary people. They fight each other for power and love, so the most stronger survives. Another influence that this play had due to its historical and cultural context was the influence of naturalism. Naturalism influenced this play because of its more realistic illustration of characters, even in the psychological aspect. Another characteristic is that there are less lustful things and it seeks to focus more on introspection and reflection between the characters. The main characters are Miss Julie, Jen, and Christine. Miss Julie, daughter of the Count with a high class complex and a bit of superiority, only seeks to free herself from this power and submission. She seeks to be free from the aristocracy and her exploration of freedom, fun, sexuality using her servants. Jean, valet of Julie's father, with a poor complex seeks to take advantage of Julie's desire to leave town and rise in social class. Annoyed by the complex that Julie feels, he takes advantage of the romance to manipulate her and convince her to live together. Christine, Jean's fiance and cooker, only wants to marry with Jean. Being of the same class as Jean, she does not show much annoyance at being lower class and live comfortably. She's a person who constantly goes to mass and morally judges Julie and Jean. The charity about this play is that everything takes place in one act. Since it is only one act that takes place mostly on the kitchen, the play will take about 2 hours to produce. Something that makes the playwriting unique in the structure of this play is that everything is focused on the naturalness of speaking or dialogue. Since there is no sense chain and no lustful designs or flashy costumes are shown, the play is focusing on the war of sex and power between Julie and Jean. On the other hand, the way this play stands out is also because of its body language. Since everything is set up in one scene, it is important that the actors show their emotion and their body speaks the dialogue as well. The use of language and dialogue in this play is quite simple and understandable. In this place, metaphors are rarely used to convey a message or to know what they are saying. The dialogue in between each character is like a conversation you would have with someone else. That is, their lines are short since they are constantly interacting. However, the way these characters speak, as I mentioned before, is through body language and the expression of the emotion. Their emotion and body language must be intense to know how the characters feel. For example, if they are arguing and the fight becomes more violent, the characters have to be grabbing each other or have something in their hands to show their fury. This story takes place in Sweden during the 19th century. Sweden at the time was a poor and peasant society that, due to the shortage of the First World War, brought consequences such as the immigration of Swedes to US. Just as the many could not immigrate, they also realized that Sweden had a power for which many peasants had to pay for it. Some time later, the citizens managed to make the monarchy and managed to get the female vote. On the other hand, what the play says about this period shows the desperation of the peasants to migrate. For example, in this case, Jean was a poor, sweating peasant who, out of desperation, dares to manipulate Julie to achieve her escape. Regarding the power that was experienced in this period, Julie is the reflection of the consequence of power. Her father being a count, Julie was always tried very disciplined without letting her be free. Therefore, her divisions were also a reflection of the power of women with their vote. A brief summary of August Strindberg's biography is that when he was a child, his mother was a maid and had three failed marriages. Because of this, he had a misogynist view of women. He believed that the women were simply opportunistic and inferior. On the other hand, the way this play is influenced is that it shows Julie as a woman who only wants to take advantage of Jean. On the other hand, Christine is an inferior character because she is a maid, and the inferior character in this case is Jean, who has a power in the relationship with Julie and Christina. One of the adaptations I would like to talk about is Miss Julie 2013 and Miss Julie 2014. Miss Julie 2013, this movie changed Julie's story a bit since she falls in love with Jean after breaking her engagement. This movie takes place in 1920. The reaction to this version was disappointing as the character seems more modernized, which made sense saying a noblewoman seduction a servant, to the point that it is says that their dialogue was a very vague. On the other hand, an adaptation that has not changed much is the movie Miss Julie 2014, based on the year 1888. Its drama is the same, but on the other hand, there are more essence and there is a more context for the public. The reaction to this movie was very good because the representation of the character is quite real. And finally, my reaction to watch this movie. Before I watched this play, I thought that it was going to be about a romance between a high class girl and a low class boy. I thought that the play would be very predictable, like Romeo and Juliet. However, it surprised me because it shows the pride and the natural way of thinking of human beings. Jens represents envy, but Julie represents the desire to escape. The three of them look very human, at my point of view, because they have like realistic objectives. For example, Julie wants Julie wants to escape from his father, wants to escape from submission, wants to explore his freedom, his sexuality, wants to have fun, and Jen wants to escape from poverty. Finally, Christine wants to be with Jen, and that's perfect because she's like a normal person who is comfortable with his life, and for that reason, I like the play because it seems very realistic, and I think that people could feel identified with some of the characters. And the thing that I didn't like it about this play is that everything happened in just one sense, which make a little bit boring because in my case, I read the script in PDF, but I also watched a play in YouTube, and at some point I was frustrated because I just see Julie and Jean just talking, I keep talking, and I didn't watch it a lot of action. But the thing that make this movie like exciting or more realistic are the body language, which make more more engaged displays. For example, in the video that I watched on YouTube, I could see the real expression of Julie when she was drunk, and it changed a lot my perception of who I watched, my perception of Julie. And also when Jen and Christine are talking about Julie in the scripts, it seems to be like a normal conversation, but in the live video, it seems like a conversation, but with envy, and with angry. Finally, I don't feel like many connected in too many ways, but I feel connected with Julie, who wants to be free. And lastly, I think that this place has many value in theater since it shows like a realistic scenario. It shows a normal way of thinking of the human being. It shows empathy. It shows the desire to escape, and also it shows the the comfortable life that people could have even if they don't have money or money. And well, this is all for me. Thanks for watching, and thank you.